Say it to them.
French toast.
With what?
Ice cream, berries, and whatever that sugar is.
And this is Mom's
Oh,
favorite.
and then lavender.
What is it? Lavender, cooking lavender, which I love. Can you help me close this window?
Yes.
Hey guys, how's it going? It is noon, and we're making deep fried French toast. A lot of people have asked for the Canard. Oh, I wish I was filming so we could watch everyone trying to shut this window.
Can you just help me?
Oh God. Oh God.
Thank you.
A lot of people have requested the Canard French toast recipe. It requires kind of a specific bread. It also requires, we use soft serve ice cream mix, which you can find in the store, but also I just thought it would be, you know, with the stores being a little bit more difficult, people not wanting to go to a bunch of different places to get stuff just to make a breakfast recipe. I thought it'd be easier to make something that you can you get ingredients for at pretty much any grocery store. If you have been watching these shows, then you know my lovely wife, the Rough Luck, loves lavender and has been dropping secret hints for me to use this lavender in one of our recipes, and I thought that this would be the day to oblige. I thought we would go with berries, even though we're not quite in full berry swing here. If you're down in California, you might be having some strawberries come in, but Driscoll can give us berries pretty much year-round. The other thing that this French toast recipe that I thought was kind of cool, and it's kind of new for me, is that it requires deconstructed Legos. So yeah,
I'm gonna eat.
we're gonna be cooking these Legos up, and so Gus has sacrificed his superhero Bart to be deep fried. No, the batter has flour in it, and one of the things that I don't like about French toast is that it can get a little bit soggy.
Whole Foods. That's where you get the lavender.
And so we added a little bit of
Lavender.
flour to make it a little bit more of like a cakey batter. So when it fries, it actually puffs up. There's also some baking powder in there. I tested it out earlier because I wrote the recipe without, of course, as you know, if you follow along, without ever making it. Tested it out earlier. Gus, did you think it turned out good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do some cooking. I need you to help me with this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to macerate these berries. I want to get these berries macerated. And French toast is great with maple syrup. Here, put the Legos down. You want to help?
Yeah.
Okay, put the Legos down.
How many people is this going to serve?
4. They all kind of serve 4. Maybe a couple more though, to be honest. So, berries, but French toast and maple syrup go together super well. So we're going to macerate the berries in a little bit of maple syrup to get the best of both worlds. So you're going to take the good ones.
I can.
I'm just going to show you how to cut it though.
I know.
Okay, how?
Or just.
I don't know. You said you know.
I know how to cut. I don't know.
And then like this. Or cut in half and then. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So we'll get where this is the last of our strawberries here. We'll get these ones.
So I should just cut.
Yeah, cut the green part off, yeah. And then I also want to announce that
Someone won. I don't know.
Alyssa, BM Genie, won the cast iron pan from Finex for her fried rice recipe. And we were super stoked on all of the recipes that we got from you guys. And you can stay tuned because next week, kind of a big deal. I absolutely love this cast iron Dutch oven, and I'm going to talk my friends over at Finex into giving away one of these next week, so that's a score. You can put these berries right in the bowl, son. So we've got the strawberries that we're slicing. We're going to put some blueberries in there. I'm not going to slice those up. And if you want to put a couple more berries than the recipe calls for, that's fine. And then we're going to put some raspberries in there.
We can even make instead of making French toast, we can just make berry toast. We don't even have to have to have
Yeah.
the berry part. We can just.
That's true. We could just make toast with like.
Or we could make it look like toast.
We could put, yeah, you could use these berries for tons of stuff. Tomorrow you could have granola, yogurt, these berries on them. Gus was talking about berry toast. You could just make a piece of wheat bread with some peanut butter and these berries on them, or whipped butter. You could also use this recipe just for ice cream without making the French toast. It would be absolutely fabulous. So then I'm going to zest this Meyer lemon that we've talked about before. Right now, the Meyer lemons are so good. It's pretty much like lemon candy right now. It's the floral notes of the Meyer lemon, along with the floral aspects of the lavender, are really going to take you into kind of.
That in this bowl?
Yeah, it's going to make you feel kind of like you're having a spring garden on top of French toast, and then the ice cream itself is going to provide that creamy foil kind of melt a little bit on top of everything. Are you excited to try this one?
So, are there going to be more Finex pan giveaways?
Yeah, next week we're going to give away one of these ones.
All right, and then the way to enter is to cook a dish.
Yeah, we'll pay attention next week on Wednesday, and we'll tell you what we're going to be doing. And what, like this week, if you cook the fried rice dish.
It also helps if you follow Finex on Instagram. They're going to announce it and explain it as well. But you basically just kind of have to be tuning into these cooking shows, following Finex.
Yeah, if you watch, then you get the info. So we just announced our winner for this week, which we announce the winner every Sunday. I haven't come up with a menu for next week, but I'm thinking either a 2-day. Why don't you guys help me vote? Do you want a 2-day long beef cheek bourguignon meal with it starts on Wednesday and culminates with a nice dinner on Friday, or do you want to learn how to do duck l'orange and?
Can we make rabbit?
You want to do rabbit?
Someday?
Yeah. We have to call our friends over at Nick USA and see if they'll get some rabbits to us.
Okay, so you guys just type in what you want to do. Do you want to do a 2-day beef cheek tutorial or duck l'orange and rabbit or something? I mean, that might be kind of hard because of quarantine. Duck. Colleen wants to do duck, and she's our #1 super fan.
Okay, and you can.
But
find
everybody
duck.
else wants to do beef cheek.
Well, we can do. You know what? We're going to be in quarantine for a little bit longer, so.
We can do both. We can even do
Okay, so in this bowl we've got our berries that Gus has cut up really well. I put a little bit of Meyer lemon zest and juice. I'm going to add some maple syrup, about 3 tablespoons.
That looks good.
And then I'm going to add a little bit of sugar as well.
Oh, can I?
We will have to do some research on where to get beef cheek, Lena. We'll look into it.
So, here, you put 3 spoonfuls.
And yes, there will be other substitutes for a different cut of beef.
So, yeah. With the beef cheeks, if you can't find beef cheeks, then I'm going to go ahead and have you do short ribs.
Yeah. Why are you doing both maple syrup and sugar?
Because
It tastes delicious.
the sugar breaks down the berries and macerates, and it's a little bit more traditional. And then, but let's let it macerate. I don't know, because I just was sitting at the kitchen table a week ago, and that's how I wrote it. And I didn't want. I mean, that's the real answer is because I want the maple to be like a back note. You know, when we're creating food, right? My job is to create food and to kind of take you on a journey when you take a bite of food. And so traditionally my mind went to just macerating the berries, which would be just the sugar, and then the lemon zest and the lavender is kind of a bonus. But then, I'm going to have you just take some and kind of just like that, and then just kind of like go like that so that it breaks it up a little bit. Yeah, just so it kind of breaks it up. So, no, more than that, like really kind of. So the sugar will break the berries down and bring some of their juices out. That's kind of traditional. The lemon juice will add a little bit of tart acidity. The zest and the lavender are the floral notes. But then I thought to myself, since we're putting it over French toast, maple sugar is sweet, or maple syrup is sweet, and that's the kind of thing it's going to. It might not even taste overly mapley, but it takes your mind to a place and associates it with a dish that you're used to associating with. So, you know, that's kind of the thought process behind using the maple syrup. Too much maple, though, it's a strong flavor. We want these berries to be the predominant flavor that you get. Everything else is just a note to uplift it. So that looks awesome. Now we're going to make this batter, and then I'm going to have Chef Gus.
Wait for me.
Okay, you can just toss that right in there.
Alyssa's watching right now. She says, "Thank you for the pan. This made my quarantine." She can't wait to use it.
Awesome. Okay, so there's the berries, guys, and this is something that you want to have done a little ahead of time. So anything but 10 minutes to 2 hours ahead of time is going to be really beneficial for you, okay? And you can leave these out on the countertop so they're not ice cold, and they'll break down just a little bit, and it kind of creates almost a chunky sauce. So dry your hands, son. Here you go. Where's the... Oh, right there.
Wait, we should give away some of our tie-dye
Yeah.
cloth. We should give away a tie-dye cloth.
A tie-dye towel?
Okay.
Who wants tie-dye dish towels?
So, next thing, you're going to do some cutting. About that thick. And this is the one I want you to look at when you're cutting, okay?
Okay.
And you want to saw it. Don't push down. You want to kind of use the knife.
Quentin said, Quentin IU5 said that there's a meat store on Division.
Yeet.
A little bit thicker. No,
Steer Market on Division.
So hold the knife. Look, wait, let me show you how to hold it.
And then they said they hadn't been there in tears, which is making me laugh because I'm picturing them trying not to cry while shopping.
Okay, so I'm going to make this batter as Gus cuts up our French toast. Yeah. 4 eggs are going to go in here.
Tails and Trotters. Okay.
Or Tails and Trotters has beef cheeks, huh? Well,
No, we're just, so they're suggesting places to try.
oh.
Tutorial with Hannah. You know, I'm actually not good on camera. I tend to get very awkward, so I don't think I'm going to do a tutorial.
But I feel like you should get on camera because she looks so beautiful with her quarantine bae. She's got just radiating beauty, and I'm lucky to be stuck in the house with this fine young lady.
All right.
So 4 eggs go in.
Yep, Sheridan's a great suggestion. We love Sheridan.
1.5 cup of milk.
Is that good? Or like, do you want me to cut it all?
The cutting boards, my dad made these.
Wait, Dad, do you want me to cut it
He's
all
a
the way down?
woodworker and he does like custom
I don't
inlay.
want you to smash
And we're
it.
really, I mean, they're so beautiful and decorative, and we use it like way more than we probably should. But have begged him to make me another
So
one.
nice and soft.
Oh my gosh, a friend of mine from high school's watching.
Okay.
Like this?
Jordan's watching.
Okay,
JJ.
Now we've got our 1.5 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 4 eggs. Oh, I think there's a splash of vanilla in these too, so if can't hurt. And then a splash of vanilla in here. And now reminded me we need more vanilla.
Okay.
And I'm going to whip this up.
You know, these are so many great suggestions for where to buy meat. I wonder if I can go through and write a list. Somebody else did that once before for the farmers. If somebody wants to compile or just type up.
I mean, Nikki USA is the best place to go because that's where I get my meat from. And if you tell them that if you call them and say you want to come down and pick up some meat because you're doing one of the recipes from Gabriel's Instagram show, they're going to treat you with, they're going to be really excited.
Yeah.
And you're going to get to see and go down and pick up meat from the warehouse where we get our stuff from. You're going to get to meet the people that I talk to and deal with on a daily basis. And if you're watching these videos, it's because you really like the experience of what we do as a company, and you can't ask for better people to work with. So that's my suggestion. All right, so then we're going to take our dry stuff here. We got 1 cup of flour. I think I forgot to put salt in the recipe, so I just want to put just a little dash of salt. And then I'm going to put a little bit of baking powder in there. That's going to help just have that be a little bit poofy when it fries.
So Brandon, we don't have Freddie in this video today because I just like cleaned the floors, and this kitchen looks so nice and clean that we don't want him in the video today because it's Sunday and we don't want to clean up after
He's
him.
also outside covered in mud.
Yeah,
Where's the lavender, son?
it's right here.
And then I'm going to put a little bit of the lavender in the French toast batter as well. Good job.
I have a question for you from somebody about the steam burgers.
Yeah.
They want to know, like, if you're making the steam burgers and then you want to keep them for the next day, like, what is the best way to serve them the next day? Separate or no?
Oh.
Like, are you
Cut them up and just.
Are you putting them all together and then putting them in the fridge and then?
Yeah.
Or can you keep all the ingredients separate and then put them together?
Either one.
Okay.
I think the best way to do them is to just build them all like we do, and then cut them up and then throw them in the microwave real quick with a little damp paper towel over them, and they're going to be great.
My friend Camille from high school is watching, and she cooks at home a lot with her kids. I've seen.
Yeah.
Hi, Camille.
So now we've
Oh,
got.
Papa's watching. Say hi, Papa.
Hi, Papa.
Okay, let's put this bread in this baking dish because we're going to soak it.
Oh, good. Somebody did the steam burgers for their family, and they loved them.
That has definitely been one of our most popular. No, not these, not the butt. We don't want no
Oh, can I
butts.
eat those?
Yeah.
What do we serve with ranch dressing rice recipe with? Chicken.
Oh yeah, my
pork
favorite.
chops.
My favorite is chicken or pork chops. Oh, you know what that would be really good is like a shake and bake style pork chop.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that would be yummy.
We're having taco salads for dinner though.
Bread.
Okay, so I've got
Yay!
our baguettes. I got this nice baking dish. I did add a little bit of salt.
Is that what it's bread?
The French toast?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now,
It's really good. I didn't even know that it was this bread.
okay, so now we've got these ingredients. Do you want to take this guy?
Will you get off the counter, Gussie?
And now you're just gonna mix here.
Okay, here we go.
My favorite part of the cooking.
Mix it real good. You want to get all of the.
Yeah, I can do it.
Well, you're eating bread and.
Not enough focus for your sous chef, huh?
Yeah.
That's smart. Colleen made the steam burgers, wrapped them individually in twos, and then put them in the freezer.
So meanwhile, folks, I've had my pot of oil heating up, and I don't have a thermometer for it, but I have it nice and low so that we can get it. Let me just finish mixing it. I'm gonna just finish mixing this a little bit.
It's easier to be patient when you're filming a live Instagram video.
You want
And
to dump
Gus
it over
is
the top? Gently.
easy kid. He's a good listener.
Like this?
Yep. Try and cover everything, pour it over everything.
Gorgeous. Good job, Gus.
It's hard because I can't see.
Yeah.
Stand on your stool.
No, I can see. It's just that when the bowl's in front of my face.
Good. So it sounds like everyone wants beef cheeks, which means we'll do duck next week. So don't worry.
It was actually like half and half.
It was
People are
half
saying
and-
duck and beef cheeks, but
Oh, here, look, on camera, we'll.
You know what?
First person to call it.
oh, we're going to do a coin flip. Okay. Oh, that's really smart. Vegan steam burgers. I bet that's delicious.
Oh, yeah,
With Beyond Meat.
Yeah, except the
Dad?
buns and the cheese aren't.
Yeah, the
vegan.
buns and the cheese aren't vegan.
Good job.
Maybe you mean vegetarian.
Veggie.
Are lumps in the flour in the mixture okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Heads, tails, tails. Okay, so tails is duck
Tails is duck,
and heads is beef.
heads is beef, tails is duck.
Okay.
And there's no winner and no loser because we will.
We'll do both of them.
It's just for what we do. It's just for what we do next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the loser we have to do next.
Blow on it.
And then I have my own crock pot version of
Do you know how
beef
to
cheek
flip it
bourguignon
like
that
this?
I've made.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Okay, Gus is gonna flip it.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Heads.
Heads.
Let's see it. No cheating. Heads. That makes sense for the beef cheeks. That's great.
Okay, so beef cheeks next week for a two-parter. And if you can't get beef cheeks, then we will do tails. I will also, because beef cheeks come in 10-pound cases, but the recipe is probably
Tails.
going to call for about 3 pounds or so. If enough of you email me and pre-order with Nikki USA in the next 24 hours, I will talk to them and I will get a case of beef cheeks defrosted and packaged in small individual packages so that you guys can pick them up. But you gotta make a commitment to pre-order and talk to me, and then tomorrow morning I will talk to Jeff at Nikki USA and we can get pre-orders of beef cheeks for you guys so you can actually do the cheeks.
I'm going to type in our email.
Yeah.
So we're soaking.
No, can I try with the
Yeah, get your own spoon though.
Cooking with the Ruckers.
So I'm going to flip this bread over. Oh, do you know what? Also, Hannah, when I did this tester this morning, do you know what?
What?
I made it gluten-free. I used the cup for cup flour.
But the bread's not
I
gluten.
know.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't. So, it's old chef joke.
Okay, got it.
Anyways, so the bread Gus poured it over. You can let it soak for a while, depending on if your baguette is old and crusty.
delicious.
It is so good.
This is Safeway's baguette. It's not going to have as much of a crust as like a really nice Ken's, Grand Central, Little T, you name it. So this is going to actually soak up a little bit sooner. What I love about using baguette for this recipe is the crust of the bread. Hey, I'm talking here. The crust of the bread here, even though it fries and gets a little bit soaked, it creates a secondary texture. So I suggest getting a nice crusty baguette and letting it soak just a little bit longer. It's going to enhance your flavor. But since we're on camera, I'm going to go ahead. Let's come over here now.
Okay.
I can't wait for the ice cream.
So let's go ahead. I don't have a thermometer, but I'm just going to test. Looks ready to fry.
Somebody asked olive oil or avocado oil. That's all they have.
Avocado. So I'm just really lightly, not getting too much extra batter in there. And I'm going to turn it down. The other thing about these nice Finex Dutch ovens, I had it a little bit hotter, but the nice thing about these Finex Dutch ovens is that they will hold heat really well, so it won't die on you. Okay, so I've got about half the French toast in there. You can see we're frying. My oil is about 2 inches deep, so it's still kind of a deep fry, but when you're at home, the last thing you want to do is have a ton of oil that you got to get rid of. And I fried with this morning to test this out. I'm doing it now, and we could even fry something else. If we say we wanted to, like, I know it's not really healthy or heart smart, but say we wanted to make like a fried chicken or something for dinner, or
fried chicken with this would be really good.
Fried chicken with this would be amazing.
Yeah.
The other thing about this is the toast itself is not overly sweet. I didn't put too much sugar in there. And the reason that I did that is because we have the berries, and then this recipe uses vanilla ice cream because I'm going to be honest, I wanted a reason that I had to eat some French toast with vanilla ice cream in the morning. Okay, so I feel like we're kind of browning up nice. Look at that. Ready for the flip?
Oh, that looks good.
So now we're flipping our toast.
Somebody wants to know if you can do this in an air fryer.
I've never used an air fryer.
We don't know how to use an
I
air
don't.
fryer. So we don't know. This is, I mean, what I would suggest, because that's how...
I don't think so because of how wet it is.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
That's good. I mean, you're the person, you're my target audience, Gus.
Our own kids.
I know, I get used to you guys out there telling me that the stuff tastes good, but I mean, the approval of my own family, that's what I really crave.
Yeah. Some of these meals we definitely have gotten a hard pass on. Not the salmon. The salmon was the biggest hit.
Yeah.
Salmon was a real big hit.
Everyone in the family liked
What
the
else
salmon.
was a really big hit?
What's that for Freddie? He didn't eat it all.
The crepes were not, because they had the mustard in them, and that was my
Yeah, but
favorite thing
I know,
I've
but
ever eaten.
I think the crepes were our favorite.
Yeah.
The crepes and then the chicken. I love the chicken.
Oh yeah,
with the mashed potatoes and the broccoli salad.
The kids liked that. The crepes were just like mind-blowingly good. Yes, we do have a YouTube channel that the videos are posted on, and it's called Cooking with the Ruckers. Stop, Gus. And we need Jordan. Maybe Jordan can put it. She's watching right now. She could put a link in on Gabe's Instagram to our YouTube channel.
It might be on there now.
Okay.
It must have been.
Oh, the miso cod. Somebody said they loved that.
The miso cod was super popular. Fried rice. I think y'all want to make that fried rice.
The fried rice was incredible.
You don't have to have the salmon if it's like the leftovers fried rice. You can use that technique. The real trick though is that you have the fried rice that's been at least cooked in the morning and fried the evening.
Yeah,
okay, so
or the next day.
Now we've got this wonderful golden brown French toast. It's battered. It's fried.
I will say that our videos don't go immediately onto YouTube, especially on the weekends, but they do get up there, like by
Yeah,
Monday
you'll
or
see
Tuesday.
this one probably Monday. Okay, I'm gonna put a couple more in.
Oh, Christian's watching.
Who's Christian?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? All the way from France.
Christian is one of the first chefs I ever worked for, Gus. You know Christian. He's like
I know him.
a man with dashing good looks, speaks about 5 languages, can bench press a car. He won every foot race he's ever entered. And he always takes the cake home from a cakewalk.
And he can tie his shoes with his eyes closed.
Oh, I don't know about that. Okay, so we are frying. Now I need some help, Gus.
Yay.
Jordan's putting our YouTube link on Instagram right now. Thanks, Jordan.
So, look, like this. You put your finger and you knock it against your finger, like that. Or you can.
Is Christian single? No, but I mean, he has a wife and a family in France, but that doesn't mean he can't have one here in the United States, right? Is there a law against that?
I mean, do you really want to date someone who's going to beat you in a foot race, though? That's the question I have to ask for you. So you want to cover them liberally with powdered sugar. Because why not?
I covered my finger in powdered sugar and ate it, and then.
This is good.
No, not really.
Okay.
No.
Should we make one, Gus, that you can try?
Like a full
Yeah.
plating.
Okay. So I think 3 pieces. Excellent.
Ice cream on it.
Can you give me the vanilla one out of the fridge, son? I'm going to toss these berries around one more time. Thank you. I got it. I got it.
What are you doing? The people can't see you doing that.
I'm scooping the ice cream.
You don't scoop away from the camera
Sorry.
ever.
Yes, my love. Yes, my love.
Ice cream away from.
We don't have an ice cream scoop. So I'm scooping the ice cream there.
Nice.
And then I'm going to top this with...
And I get to eat all of it.
Oh, Nana wants bacon on this.
Well, that's... if I was making a brunch dish out of this...
We have leftover Easter ham that we were gonna put with it. We should,
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, bye.
Hey, Nana and Papa, you guys should drive by today, and we'll give you a bunch of the French toasts.
Take a bite. You got to take it out on camera. See if it's thumbs up or thumbs down.
Thanks, Jordan. The YouTube channel's on your Instagram link now.
Thanks, Jordan.
Oh, 8-armed chef. We're not doing a cooking show tomorrow.
Right there on top, that's American Danny. He used to work for me.
Is it good?
He sent us the 10 pounds of coffee that we just got through.
Nice. Yeah, we are doing it Wednesday,
It's really
Friday, and Sunday only.
Mm-mm.
You'll be okay. We're doing it on Wednesday. Relax.
Straight throne status, Danny.
It's good. Ice cream, French toast for breakfast.
No lunch.
I've had to start working out, guys. My greatest fear is having to exercise, and I've had to start doing it since quarantine.
It's also the coolest thing ever for me.
That I'm exercising?
Yeah.
It is really exciting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started putting on a few pounds. My pants weren't buttoning. And then I can't shop for new pants because we don't have any money. So I had to exercise. Yum. Who is S. Murdoch? They're always on here. They're super fans. Oh, that's the little girl with Violet that watches it. She won the knife set.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I cut that piece.
I know. I got leggings, but I don't have shirts long enough to like cover my butt. Christian's totally into this. He's gonna steal this recipe and put it in his restaurant.
I know.
He's gonna take all the credit.
Like toast Americano or some shit, like something like that.
Oh my God! You said a bad word. This is PG. Violet's watching right now. She's gonna start using that in the kitchen. I guess kid chefs, they should start practicing their swear words at this point if they really want a good career out of it.
Yeah, if you want to make it, you got to get a couple good tattoos early on.
Yeah, definitely get your kids some tattoos. Definitely teach them a few swear words.
But make sure they quit smoking.
Yeah, smoking's not cool anymore. Not at all.
All right, so I am super, these recipes are all kind of, somewhat of a new experience for me too, but I am very pleased with the way this came out. I think my family will be very pleased with the way this came out.
My favorite.
And it's something that can be done that's really fun on the weekends when we get back to normal. Not a lot of planning ahead needed. And it's kind of a stunner. All you need is just the challenge is it's a little bit of deep frying, a little bit of oil, but it's a great introduction for you to that technique and to doing that. And the toast is fairly forgiving. If you want to come over here one last time, hon,
Yeah.
and just show people, it's not that much oil. Like I said, about 2 inches. That might even be a little bit less, 1.5 inches or so, just so that it floats, enough that it floats. And nice and golden brown, puffy. In the deep fryer, the oil actually evaporates a lot of the batter, so it cooks that French toast batter that's in the middle, so you have a less soggy toast. You can see this is right out of the fryer, but it's not all soggy and limp. And then you've got that wonderful texture on the crust.
So how would you reheat this? Are you saying how would you reheat the oil, or are you asking how you would reheat the French toast? I don't know. And would you do this differently at the restaurant, or is this how you would do it at the restaurant?
This is a recipe that is adapted from the restaurant for a home cook.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Camille's going to make this with her family.
Super fun to do. Great one for the kids to get them involved. Everything is super kid friendly in this recipe except the actual deep frying, but you can't mess the berries up. If they get all smashed, that's fine. Cutting the bread is a good thing. Mixing, if you mix the two, the kids love to break eggs. They beat them. Even if there's an eggshell in there, what the heck? It's not going to matter because it's just coating it. This is the ultimate kid-friendly recipe to do. And then the great thing about it is that at the end, they can't wait to eat it. And that's what I've learned from cooking with kids. If you have an end product that they're excited about making, and eating, then they're going to be more attentive while you're making it because that's the literal carrot dangled in front of their nose. Versus, making quinoa and kale. If your kids are that excited about quinoa and kale, then you're an amazing parent. Kudos.
Yeah, and if you have picky eaters, you can send them to our house because we're really good at converting picky eaters. But I guess after the quarantine. And let's see.
It's also really good just plain like this.
Yes, it is. That's how we ate them this morning. Oh, well, someone already made them this morning, and the kids made their own whipped cream. That's amazing.
Nice.
And we have ham. I think ham would be really good with this. An egg Monte Cristo, you're right. That's a great idea.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could, if you took these and then you put ham and some Swiss cheese and you put it in the oven and melted it and topped it, then you'd have little Monte Cristo sliders with some raspberry jam.
Yeah, that'd be really good. All right, I'm going to turn this off.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Stay tuned.
Lindsay. Hope they taste good as they smell.